And good morning, everybody. And we are live on our Friday Live. You are welcome. My name is Kunle Ologe, marriage counselor and founder of the Marriage Seal Academy. And every Friday like this, we come to you and we talk about marriage. Who was here last Friday? Put it in the comment section, and I can see people are already waiting. Oh, the first person here today, Cordelia. Cordelia is a proud conclavite. You are welcome. Good morning to you. Have you sent this to your family and friends? Send this link to your family and friends, and let's all discuss something again beautiful about marriage like we always do. Hello, Vera, I see you. And oh, everybody is popping up now. I see you, I see you, I see you. As usual, we're going to do this in 1 hour. And today we're starting at 11 and we'll end at 12 as we normally do. So today we are talking about something interesting again. You know, every day, every Friday we come is something interesting. So yes, today again we're talking about something interesting. And we're talking about things to stop doing to make your marriage work. So there's something that you are doing that is making your marriage not work. Let's look at some of those things and help you to stop them so that your marriage can actually work. And I see you, Omobola Udoak. I see you. Okay, Chuku, always here. I see you. All right, great. So we'll dig right in as usual. We're not going to waste time. We're going to talk about this thing. We'll do the best that we can do on the topic, and then we'll close so that you can have the rest of your Friday, because Friday is a very important day for a lot of people, especially in Nigeria. How do we say? Thank God it's Friday. All right, Dr. Celestina, I see you. So, the things to stop doing to make your marriage work. As usual, I want to start by saying marriage is a beautiful thing. Yes, marriage is a beautiful thing. I know there's a lot out there on marriage, a lot of wrong, ideas about marriage because of the things that are happening in other marriages. But marriage is a beautiful thing, and if you accept it so, you will see it so. There's positivity in life, and what you say is what you see. So if you say marriage is a tough place, is hard, is going to be somewhere that I can't navigate, that's how it will be for you. But if you say it like God said it, and you say everything that He created was good, and you say marriage is a beautiful thing, then you will have whatsoever you have said. So yes, marriage is indeed a beautiful thing, and it can be very, very sweet. I've been married for 15 years, and to the glory of God, each year has been better. But it's not just by wishful thinking, it has been by acquisition of knowledge and by the implementation of such knowledge. So marriage is work. In fact, I say it is hard work. So let's get to that hard work part. Now, marriage is an institution, and for those of you who are conclavites, like we always say, marriage indeed is an institution. And my beautiful wife is here also with us. Wendy Ologe, parenting coach, first, number one in Africa. I greet you, and she has echoed it. Marriage is work. Yes, marriage is hard work. And until you see it as such, you will not make the best out of it. I've had the opportunity to counsel so many people over the last 11 years. And one thing that I notice is that people are not ready to put in the work, but they want to see the result. If you want to see the results, then put in the work. It's as simple as that. So put in the work, you will definitely see the results. Marriage is an institution, and it has its do's and don'ts. All of us listening to us, we are working in one institution or the other, one organization or the other, or maybe even your own organization. There are do's and there are don'ts. The moment you don't appreciate what the do's and don'ts are there for, you're going to flaunt them, and you will run into issues with that organization. Same thing with marriage. When you refuse to do what you're supposed to do, you refuse to put in the hard work in your marriage, you will just see it crumbling before your eyes. And the painful part for people like us is that no marriage really has any business crumbling. No. Marriage is supposed to be something that will build you, that will grow you, that will develop you, that will make you a better person than how you came in. But if you refuse to follow the rules, you refuse to do the work, then you're not going to get that better person that you're looking for. So we'll dive right into knowing those things that we should not do. And the way I have structured it today is we're going to talk about the things men should stop doing, and then we'll now talk about the things women should stop doing. Or which one should we do first? Let me throw that poll out there. So which one should we do that first? The things men should stop doing, or should we do the things women should stop doing? And I see you, Vinzo. Yes, I see you. Good morning to you. So I'm waiting for you people to decide which one should we do first. The things that men should stop doing, or the things that women should stop doing. Let me know how many. Unfortunately, if the gender that is not here will have the lowest score. Okay, they're saying, I can see people saying women, we should talk to the women first, and I can see some people saying men first. Okay, men first. I'm saying the men is increasing. Oh, okay, women has taken over. Men, oh boy, this is some kind of tie. It's like every time somebody says men first, then somebody counters with women first. So let's just do it the way I had arranged it before. Since I cannot see which side is more, let's do the men first. Okay, so I have ruled on the matter. We will do the things that men should stop doing first. And do you know where we got these things from? So not so long ago, I think sometime last month, in the couples conclave, we had this discussion, and we asked the men, what are the things that your wife does that upsets you? We also asked the women, what are the things that your husband does that upset? If you see the things, if you see the load of things, I think we had over 60 or thereabout from both men and women. And it was so interesting. It was so funny. In fact, there was one particular one. The man said, my wife should stop trying to carry everything with only two hands. She's carrying children, carrying phone, she's carrying food, she's carrying cleaning, and she's carrying me also in just two hands. Oh, but I laughed. I laughed at those responses. And that's what we're going to use to get out the points that we'll do. So we'll just do 10 each because of time, because for each one, I'm going to spend time talking about them and how you can stop doing them. So we'll just do 10 for the men and 10 for the women. And if you are here and you're asking, what is Couples Conclave? What are you talking about? Well, the Couples Conclave is the annual program of the Marriage Seal Academy. And that annual program starts every year from January and ends in November of that same year. And then again, we start again the next year. So it just continues every year. And we have over I think 200 and about 400 people all in all in this year's Couples Conclave. So it's something you want to join. It's an accountability system. We have so many fun things that we do inside. And some of the conclavites are here. I see them, all of them. Oh, I see all of you conclavites here, proud conclavites. If you are a conclavite, please put it in the comment section. I am a proud conclavite. All right. And yes, let's like this. Thank you, Vera. Like this live session so that we can be more visible. There's a lot that people need to hear in marriage. All right, let's move in. So we're starting with things for men to stop. We're doing 10 things. Number one, men, please, men, if you are a man here, listen, just open your ears because I'm talking to you now. These are things to stop doing. And I see you, Omobola, I see you, Reina, I see you, Lucy, I see you, Celestina. Oh, many proud conclavites here. All right. Number one, things for men to stop. Stop keeping quiet. That's number one. Stop keeping quiet. So, men will always come and say, we don't talk so much. And because of that thing that we say, we actually don't talk so much. So your wives are there looking for somebody to talk to, but so your wife is gisting with you. And your answer is, okay, yes, that's right. That's not what she's looking for. She's looking for somebody to gist with, somebody to be talking to, and that will talk back to her. So men, stop keeping quiet. It is not true that you don't know how to talk, because when you are watching that football, you are doing analysis and you are turning around and you are telling everybody there what is happening. You are gisting, your voice is the loudest. Then when you get home, you stop talking. I remember when I first got married, when we first got married. So the first few weeks, my wife had to tell me, "You're not talking, you're not communicating." I said, "What do you mean I'm not communicating? How can you say I'm not communicating?" She said, "You're not communicating to me, you're not communicating enough." So we had to go and take communication classes and everything, and I had to up my game in communication. She told me, she said, when you are out there, you are talking to the whole world. I was already a public speaker by that time. You're talking to the whole world, but when you come inside, you'll be giving me one syllable answer. So number one for men, the first thing you need to stop doing is stop saying that you are keeping quiet. Stop keeping quiet. Talk. Communication is a very, very big matter in marriage. In fact, there are three issues in marriage, and conclavites, the three issues in marriage. First one is communication. Second one is finance. The third one is sex. And of these three, the number one, communication, is the greatest. If your communication is good, everything else will be good in your marriage. So, men, stop talking. It's very, very important. Uduak said the quietness can be very annoying. Yes, very, very annoying. Super annoying. Cheta said it can be super annoying. So, men, stop keeping quiet. Start talking. Okay? All right, let's move on. Number two for men, I'm sure the women will be clapping for me now. Please reserve my flowers so that at the end of this, you guys will give me my flowers. Even though after you give me my flowers, I will still say your own. I had a boss when I was working in the bank. Great guy, great man. He will tell you, when we go for reviews as managers, and maybe during the review, something happened and gist started happening and we were discussing all kinds of things. Then at a point in time, he will stop and say, well, no matter how much you greet your landlord, he will still ask for his rent. So let us now do our presentation. So, I'm still going to do your own. Even though you are bringing my flowers, I will still, talk about the things you need to stop doing. All right, let's move to the next one. Number two, stop sticking to your phone. Stop sticking to your phone. Men, I'm talking to men now. The things that men should stop doing. That's your phone that you hold on to, like your life depends on it. And interestingly, some of you didn't even grow up in the era of GSM in Nigeria. Many of you are like me, that we only saw GSM I saw GSM in my last year in the university. That's when I saw GSM. Some of you didn't even see GSM in the university. You saw it when you had worked for like 5 years, some 10 years. So how is it all of a sudden that this phone cannot leave your hand? You are at home and your phone is with you. You are clinching on this phone like your life depends on it. You need to let it go. Stop sticking to your phone. It's very, very important. Men, are you hearing me? So your phone does not need to be your pal. Your phone is just an instrument. It's just something to help you to achieve communication. And of course, right now it has become an encyclopedia. But leave the phone sometimes. Don't do it as if the phone and your hand are erudite stock. Stop sticking to your phone. Reina says that it is some people's second wife. Yes, it has become your second wife, and your wives are complaining. So stop sticking to your phone. Have you invited somebody to come and listen to this? Today's one is very interesting and funny. I told you where we got these things from. It was a very interesting conversation in the couples conclave. And the registration for the couples conclave 2025 has started. In case you are saying, wow, I missed this, don't worry. You can join us in 2025. And if you just reach out to the number that is on the screen, scrolling at the bottom of the screen right there, you'll get all the details you need for that. So that's number two. Stop sticking to your phone. Number three, stop sleeping off. Stop sleeping off. Men, your wives are tired of you sleeping off. You are having a conversation with your wife and then you just go and you're gone. You are just, the night is just starting according to the wives, and then you are gone. And it is every time that she's ready to talk or to gist or for people to do something, you are gone. Let me report myself. Even yesterday night, I went to, as a man, I actually went. But my wife woke me up because we have that agreement that even if I go, if I sleep off, she can wake me up. So she woke me up. Yes. So I corrected myself. She woke me up. So, I mean, it is so important that you stop sleeping off. Please. Can you hear me? Men that are listening to me. And if you know any man and the man is not here on this live stream now, quickly send a message to the man with this link so that they can hear these things that we are saying. Is it your husband? Quickly send him this link and say, hey, honey, there's something interesting going on online, so that he can come and hear. So, men, stop sleeping off. Stop doing as if it's a fly that is catching you. Meanwhile, if you have a friend that has come over, that maybe visited you, you people will gist into the night. 1 a.m., you are still gisting with your cup of coffee. So please stop sleeping off, okay? All right. And my wife says that we will wake you up. Oh, yes, your wife will wake you up. You can't be sleeping off now when she has something very hot that she wants to gist with you. Who else do you want her to be gisting with, please? All right? Okay. Right now, let's go to the next one. Okay, Jane said my husband is here. Yeah, so great, Jane. Anybody whose husband is not here, quickly send the link. And any man around you, send the link that is in your office. Anybody around you, send this link quickly to them and tell them to watch, because it may just save a marriage. Remember, what we are talking about today is things to stop doing to make your marriage work. Let's go to number 4. Number 4 is stop stonewalling your wife. Stop stonewalling your wife. This usually happens when there's a quarrel, there's a disagreement, there's a conflict. When there's a conflict in between both of you, you just decide to stonewall your wife. And what is stonewalling? You just put, as the name implies, is a hard wall. So your wife is talking to you, just keep quiet. You just bone. You just form not being there. Meanwhile, you are there physically, but your spirit is gone. So your wife will talk and talk and talk. You have stonewalled. Please stop doing it. Your wives are complaining that you are giving them emotional trauma when you do that. Stop sleeping off. I said stop stonewalling. We've talked about sleeping off. Stop stonewalling. And men do this a lot. And your claim is that, well, your wife does not want to resolve the conflict. So or your claim is that you are too angry. So your anger will not allow you to continue the discussion. So if you are angry and you don't want to outburst, just tell your wife, can I just take 2 minutes, stroll out into the atmosphere and then stroll back in and continue the discussion, please. Stop stonewalling. My wife solved this problem for me early in our marriage. She will tell, because I used to be a master malice keeper. Master malice keeper. MMK. That's a new word, right? Or a new phrase. Someone should put it there. MMK. Master malice keeper. So please, husbands, stop being master malice keepers. Please, your wives have said that it is giving them emotional trauma. Biko, please. All right, so let's look at the next thing to stop doing. Number 5. This one is very interesting. I told you today is very interesting, right? This one is very interesting. This number 5 is something that you people will, in fact, the women here will be nodding and be saying, yes, 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 yes. Number 5, stop helping the world before you help your family. Who is clapping for me? The woman who is clapping for me. Stop helping the world before you help your family. There are a lot of men, you are listening to me right now. It's good to help. Yes, we are supposed to help the world. Everything God gives us is for us to help the world. But the world starts from you first. Did you hear what I said? The world starts from you and your family. So don't do for outsiders what you have not done for your family. It's wrong and it's irresponsible. You can say I've become very serious here. It is wrong and it is very, very irresponsible. Please, Stop helping the world before you help your family. Finish helping your family, then help the world. So you are going out there, you are paying people's school fees, but your children's school fees you've not paid. You are going out there, you are renting accommodation for somebody who, but your own accommodation, you've not sorted it out. You are buying bags of rice and giving to widows, but when your wife says, I need money to go to the market, you start grumbling. Charity is said to begin at home. So stop saving the world before you save your family. Save your family first. It's very, very important. Remember, I've not said don't help the world. So wives that are here, don't now go and carry placard and say, hey, Coach Kunle said you should. No, I didn't say stop. I said before. So stop helping the world before you help your family. Help your family first. I've seen places where you come into the home and the children are even not well dressed. They're tattered, they're wearing tattered clothes. They don't have meal time. They can't say this is what we eat in the morning, in the afternoon, in the night. You know, in Nigeria, we don't have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's morning food, afternoon food, night food. So they don't have morning food, afternoon, night food all sorted out. But you are helping the whole world. You are going for business meetings out there, and you are taking people to the best hotels, the best restaurants to eat. Have you ever taken your family to a restaurant to eat? Have you ever done that? Because this is very, very, it can be very, very painful for your wife. And Dr. Happiness says, my dad was like that. When he died, nobody asked how his family was coping, and all the people owing him disappeared. Don't do that to your family. Don't do that. Don't take all the resources that God has given you and start helping outsiders before helping you. You know, the thing about God's blessing is that it's enough for you and outsiders. Did you see the hierarchy? For you and outsiders. So this is very, very important. And Ginika has said something that is also important. Settling matters outside, but sweeping yours under the carpet. So outside, you are a mediator. When you go to the village, they bring all the matters from January to December to you. You settle everything. But you've not settled the one in your home between you and your wife. Please stop helping the world before helping your family. This is very important. Again, I told you, please invite your husbands here if you are listening. And if you are here, you are men, invite your wives here, because we'll soon go to the women. You see, these things, if these things can be stopped, you will find out that a lot of issues in marriage will be resolved. Because husbands and wives are silently resenting each other because of some of these things. And resentment can be very, very, very terrible. So you are resenting your husband because he's doing, or he's, some of these things we are talking about, he's guilty of them. So instead of resenting him, please tell him to come and listen. And when you are telling him to come and listen, don't tell him to come and listen like you are. Anyway, I'll reach women first. I'll reach your point. Let me allow you. So let's just continue. All right, number six. Number six, men, listen to this one. And this one, me, I am upset about this one. Yes, I am personally upset about this one because it's actually wrong. Number six, stop running away from learning. Stop it. Do you know we are having more women now that are developing themselves than men? And it's happening all over the world, not just in Nigeria. So you see women, they would have masters, they would have PhDs, they will have certification in this, certification in that, they will have capacity in this, capacity in that. For the man, that thing he learned in the university or maybe secondary school, that is all. And he's not learning anything again. And then he now gets angry when his wife is now exhibiting things that are now laudable and, of intellectual heights and so on. Why are you getting angry? Why are you not developing yourself? Right now on this live stream now, I'm looking at least the people who are commenting. Of course, I can't see everybody who is watching, but the people who are commenting, I'm seeing more women than I'm seeing for men. And it's not that you are busy. Don't use the excuse of being busy. It's not true. You know that if there's a football match now, Liverpool against Everton, right now, as you're in the office, you'll be watching it. So it's not about you being busy. Let's not hide behind that facade of I'm busy. No, it's a facade. It's not true. You have just not told yourself that you need to develop yourself. Osereme says, the Mr. Know-it-all. I call you Mr. Noah. You know Noah of the ark. So you are a Noah. You have become a Noah. You know everything. So when they're bringing anything to you, say, no, I know. This one, they say, no, I know. Even though you know right inside you, you actually don't know. So you need to be very, very open to learning. You need to be open to learning. And I see you, Mr. Oh, Professor Chris, I see you. I greet you. Okay, the men are saying they are here. I'm happy that you are here. Please invite other men quickly so that they can come and hear. We need to stop it as men. Truly, we need to stop it. You see, classes, things that will help you, even free classes. This, for instance, is totally, completely free. What's your excuse if you're a man and you are not here right now? So this is how you deprive yourself of growing, and then you staunch everything. And because you are the head of the home, when you are not growing, everybody else is difficult for them to grow. It's difficult for them to grow. Osareme says, I know what to do. Nobody should advise me. That's it. That is it. You don't want anybody to advise you, but you don't know. You know, the man that thinks he knows is worse than the one that doesn't know. Did you hear what I just said? The one that acknowledges that he doesn't know is better than the one that says, I know it all. In fact, that man is very dangerous. The person that says, I know it all is very dangerous. Do you know that my father turned 80 last year? And my father is on social media. He started learning social media, how many years ago? He's on social media, on Facebook. In fact, I can't share anything without my father sharing it again immediately. He is a constant, consistent, continuous learner. Somebody out there will say, okay, yes, your father is a professor, that's why. Yeah, that may be true. But there are many professors who are still not learning. Don't become that old man that is sitting on wisdom of 1789 when the world has moved forward. You can say I've taken time on this because it's a personal appeal from me to my fellow men that are listening to me or that will be listening to this in the future. Please stop running away from learning. Your wives are out learning you. Your wives are out learning you. Very, very important. Okay, so let us now move to the next one. Number seven. Stop leaving your wives to lead spiritually. Stop leaving your wives to lead spiritually. It is not the responsibility of your wife to lead your home spiritually. Stop it. It's your core responsibility. You are the priest in your home, not your wife. Your wife is your helper. Men, are you listening to me? Your wife is your helper in every aspect. Everything your wife is doing, carrying your child in the stomach, giving birth to the child, taking care of the child, cooking for you, cleaning, arranging the house, washing the dishes. All these things are actually your job or your responsibility. You only delegated authority to your wife to do it. How do I know? Go back to the beginning. God did not give any woman work. It was Miles Monroe's teaching on this that really opened my eyes many years ago. God didn't give any woman work. It was man he gave work. When he created man, he put him in the garden to tend the garden. Then he now said, it is not good for man to be alone. Let me make him a helpmeet. So a helpmeet is someone that helps you to do what you are supposed to do. It's not somebody who is now responsible. So stop leaving your wife to be the spiritual head of it. I hear some men on Sundays, you don't go to church. Is that true? I mean, I've heard this. And for me, it's strange, as in, I don't understand. So you won't go to church, then you tell your wife and children, in fact, you even prepare, you even help your children prepare. So, okay, you people should go to church. Then you hear something like, pray, you people should pray for me. Oh, what nonsense. Permit my use of language. How can you do that? The priest in the house is sending everybody else to go, and then the priest is sitting there at home with the excuse that I'm tired. Please, let's stop this rough play. Let's stop this irresponsibility. Men, I'm talking to you. I'm a man like you, so I'm talking to you, man to man. Take up the mantle of spiritual leadership in your house. Begin to be the one to lead the prayers. Be the one to lead the devotions. Make sure you are the one leading the going to church. Make sure that you are the one who is serving God the most in a church. Make sure you are on top of it. Please. Let us stop this irresponsibility. That's why your wives are now the ones heading everything. Then you now get angry sometimes that your wife is heading something because you dropped the ball. And unfortunately, because that is not what she was designed to do, some women now lead the whole family astray. Someone says, this one is the woman that caused it to, especially their older generation, enabling men to think praying is only for the woman, as it's the woman that keeps the home in their books. Well, I can say yes and no. See, I do something in my life, I take responsibility for what is mine. So men, take the responsibility. If they showed you that women should be praying, there's nowhere. Maybe you read your own Bible too, the men. You too read your Bible and make sure you pray. It's too important. This one is too important for me to just gloss over. Please, men, stop it. Stop it. All right. I hope that you have heard what I have said. And please, everything that I've said, just take it. Don't argue. Don't fight in your mind. Don't say, this coach, what are you saying? You know I'm saying the truth. What I'm saying is the truth. In case you're asking, what is this coach saying? I'm saying the truth. So take the truth and swallow it hard. Swallow it raw, like my Bishop Oyedepo will say. You say, take it all, swallow it raw. So swallow this truth raw and save your marriage. It's part of what is affecting your marriage. Remember, today we're saying things to stop doing to make your marriage work. So stop allowing your wife to be the spiritual head of the home. You be the spiritual head. Stand up to your responsibility. Let's look at number 7. Time is going. I need to move a little faster because the woman's own is there. So we have done number 7. Let's move to number 8. So number 8, stop ignoring your hygiene. Men, are you hearing me? Stop ignoring your hygiene. Ring the bell, somebody. We have been told by the women that we don't take our hygiene seriously. And of course, that eventually affects our health and affects the sexual fulfillment in that marriage. So for husbands, they said I should tell you people that this you not taking your bath in the night is a problem. Did you hear what I said? You not taking your bath, you come back, you went to work. You will tell me now that you sat in an office with AC, but you went to work and you sweated a little. Take your bath, refreshing yourself. They've told me to tell you people to be brushing your teeth. It's not only in the morning, brush in the night also. That's why sometimes you want to kiss them and they are running away from the kissing, because you are bringing the power that is coming out of your mouth is enough to raise the dead. So they say, please brush your teeth. They've asked me to tell you to groom yourself so that you are growing a beard like how I have a beard now. Does not mean you should not groom it, cut it, shape it, teddy it. They said I should tell you people. They said I should tell you people that you should watch what you eat. Don't just be eating anywhere, you're just eating, just there. No, watch it. Some things are not hygienic for you to eat. They said I should tell you that your pubic area can also be, trimmed. That the hair there is not supposed to be a jungle, including under your armpit. They said you should shave it. It should not be, for some of you, they say it's growing out of your singlet. I'm being very raw today. I want to say what it is that the women are saying, so that you will hear and so that you will change. They say if you do all these things, that they will be more eager to be on the bed. And like we say it in the couples conclave, they'll be more eager to shake the marriage bed. That's what we call it in the couples conclave. Shaking the marriage bed on fire. They've said that they will light up the whole bed, everything will catch fire if your hygiene is just taken care of. Oh, by the way, do you know your hygiene, of course, affects your health, like I said before? And men, closely related to this, take care of your health. Stop being sick and just ignoring it. No, go to the hospital if you need to go to the hospital. Seek medical attention if you need to seek medical attention. Pray if you need to pray. Do something about your health. Stop living your health, because the women are saying you are now leaving us with a burden. So when you now get sick and you're admitted in the hospital, we are now burdened. And that's why some women are there running around men. I heard one recently. The man has been sick for 30-something years, bedridden. This woman has dedicated her entire life to the man. That's tough. So please take, your hygiene seriously. Very important. Somebody is saying that hope the men have not existed. No, we don't. We are very bold and courageous. We don't exist like that. We are listening. The men are listening. Maybe they're just quiet, but they're listening, and they will change. I promise you that. All right, let's move a little faster. So number 9, the last class we talked about, we were talking about abuse in marriage, and we spoke about all the different 8 types of abuses. You remember? If you didn't watch that class, please go back and watch that class. And if you're here and you're not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to this channel and click your notification button so that you get all the videos. There's so many beautiful videos on marriage that are on this channel. Okay, so click it and get it. So I was talking about abuse. Number 9, for men, please listen to me. Stop all forms of abuse, or stop it, whether it's physical, emotional, cultural. We even spoke about financial the other time. We talked about mental, all kinds of abuse. Stop it. Your wives are tired. They have been under that burden for so many years. They are exhausted. Stop it. All right. And then number 10, stop forgetting anniversaries. Stop forgetting anniversaries. Dr. Celestina, yes, I'm coming for you people now. Number 10, stop forgetting anniversaries. Your wives have said that the anniversaries are very important to them. So birthdays, wedding anniversaries, women, they have a list of anniversaries. Let me help them now. The day you people met is an anniversary. The day you proposed to her is an anniversary. The day of introduction is an anniversary. The day of traditional wedding is an anniversary. The day of court wedding is an anniversary. The day of church wedding is an anniversary. The day of your children's birth, every one of them is anniversary. Her own birth is anniversary. Then even the one that even annoys her is your own birthday is anniversary. How many have I counted? 9 minimum. 9. So even your own birthday, you don't have the right when you are married to now say that you will not celebrate or acknowledge or mark an anniversary. Have you heard me? So in case you are saying, well, I'll mark every other one, but my birthday, I don't need to. You will mark it though, because they will drag you. They will drag you. So these are the 10 things that men need to stop doing. And let's hope we can finish the women's own. Wow, time is gone today, but we will finish. So women, oh yeah, take the seats. It's time for you. How do they say it in court? Take what they call that thing in court that they stand in. Whatever it is, kusibula be the stand. Take the stand. It's now your turn. For women, things for women to stop doing. Number 1, stop nagging. Stop nagging. Your husbands have said that I should tell you that when you have said something before, they have heard you. Stop nagging. You know what nagging is? Continuous saying of something without stop. The same thing. You are just saying it over and over again, over and over again. It becomes nagging. When you have said it once, twice, 3 times, it has turned to nagging. So your husbands have begged. They begged me before I came. They had a meeting with me, a high-powered meeting in the upper echelon, that if there's anything I should beg you people for that will help this marriage to move forward, is that you people should stop nagging. Because after the third one, they need to switch off. They are now sounding like their mother. So they need to switch off their, just to, they'll be there, they'll be listening to you, but they've switched off to save their mental health, for their mental health. So stop nagging. Somebody is saying, why do I feel that you're about to finish women? No, this is not finishing. No, this is just me telling you what your husbands have told me to tell you. So take it in good faith. Number 2, stop overreacting when your husband opens up. Did you hear this one? Stop overreacting when your husband opens up. This one is a serious thing, because this has made many men shut up. So they come to you and they tell you something that has happened to them, or something they've done. Maybe it's even something they've done wrong. Your reaction to that expose is what makes them stop telling you things. Did you hear what I said? So you reacted in such a way. So your husband told you something jokingly and told you, maybe your husband said, I'm looking for a name to use, that Mary in my office, do you know, every day she's always bringing me food and asking me to eat. And I know that food is not. And then immediately you hear it, you just go up. You say, who did you say? Who is Mary? Bringing you which food? When? Why? How? Why are you allowing her to bring you food? It's the man that came to you to tell you what is happening, so that he can help to be accountable to you. Then you went off. You went off. Now, because of the way you reacted to that scenario, the next time Mary brings in food, what will he do? He will just zip his mouth. He won't talk again. Then Mary will bring, Amanda will bring, Busola will bring, Jumoke will bring, Chinemere will bring, Cecilia will bring. Before you know what's happening, he has a horde of women. Why? Because you reacted in an explosive way. And because a man is a hero. I don't know how many of you have read this book, Husband Manual for Wives. So in Husband Manual for Wives, I taught you there in the book that men are heroes. And because men do not want to see you cry or see you sad, or that's what a hero does. A hero wants to save you at all times. So because they don't want to see you cry or sad or anything like that, so he will try his best to remove whatever it is that is making you sad, including telling you what has happened to him. So my wife says we have to ask about Mary. Please ask about Mary. Don't get me wrong. I didn't say don't ask about Mary. Ask about Mary, but be wise. Say it gently. Don't do it in such. And it's the same thing that happens to children. It's the same thing. So a child comes and tells you something in confidence, then you blow it up. A child comes to tell you that somebody has been touching her in an inappropriate way. And instead of you to be gentle, to listen to what this child is doing, you start shouting, how can somebody touch you? You are the one that dressed in a very bad way. In fact, you are a useless girl. How can you? That's the end. The child will never tell you anything again. So please, watch your reaction. We need to move a little bit fast. You people are lucky. I don't have so much time now, so I can't dwell so much. But take the things I'm saying. All right. Vera said then they should talk and stop the permutation and combination in their brain. I like that. All right, number 3. Stop the assumptions. Stop the assumptions. Very important. Stop the assumptions. Because every time you assume, you are at the lowest form of knowledge. And a lot of wives have assumed things and have broken their marriages. I had a couple who came once, And the wife's complaint was that the man was cheating. And by the time she described everything, her justification for saying the man was cheating, and the man also said his own side of the story, you could see her face when the man was telling his own side of the story. Her face was changing because all of a sudden she saw that everything that obviously that's her husband, so he will know when he's lying or not. But by the time the man started explaining it, she now realized she had made so many assumptions, and those assumptions had now led her to a wrong conclusion. That conclusion now is what she was basing on. By the time they came to me, they had been quarreling for some months. And the man didn't even know that this was really the point. Now, am I saying that men cannot, your assumption cannot be right? Yes, it can be right. But why don't you just ask questions? Ask. You know, in conflict resolution, that's one thing you don't do. You don't assume. Ask. You know, the communication circle, the last part of the communication circle is feedback. So if there's anything that you have heard, that you have seen, or you have observed, and you're not very sure, it's not clear cut, please just take some time and ask your husband, this is what I saw, this is what I heard. And let him be the one to now stammer or tell you the truth. And then you can now draw a conclusion from that. Please stop destroying your marriages with assumptions. I'm a marriage counselor and I have done counseling for 11 years. I've seen a lot of marriages destroyed on the basis of assumptions. Please. Number 4, stop the cocaine screen addiction. Yes, you people too have it. Yes, we said that the men are stuck to their phones. You people are also stuck, not only to your phones, to screen. Which one is it that they are watching now? Is it Korean movie, right? Korean movie, skits on your phone, tablets. You are stuck to the screen. Stop it. It's like cocaine addiction. Stop. It's killing your marriage. The time you are supposed to dedicate to your husband, you are dedicating, and even your children, you are dedicating it to screen. Check your screen time. Most of us have phones that can show us our screen time. Check your screen time and see how much time you actually spend on the screen. And then multiply it by a whole month. You will find out that you have actually, in a month of 30 days, you may have spent 10 days, full 10 days on screen. Adding the screen on the phone, screen on TV and all of that. So please stop your screen. I can see some questions popping up. Let's just quickly go through this, and please pop up those questions again immediately we are done so that we can go through them, okay? Time is fast spent. All right, so let's move on. Number 5, stop shouting on the children. Yeah, stop shouting on the children. It does something to the man's brain. There is no man that wants you to shout on his children. Men come into their home and then they just see you shouting on the children, It does something. They may not be able to tell you. I'm telling you, some of the things I'm telling you are maybe things that your husband feels inappropriate to tell you, or just feels that if I tell you, it may cause world war. Remember what I said about a man being a hero. But I'm telling you now, that shouting that you're shouting on your children up and down, the whole house is always noisy. You are disrupting the man's brain, because for a man, home is supposed to be where his brain rests. So if a man cannot come home and have some relative peace in the home without world war bombs flying over him, he will not like it. He needs that. That's why you see some men, they don't come home till everybody has slept. So they are out with the boys. And you think they just enjoy being out with the boys. No, sometimes you have driven them away because of all the, in quote, noise in the house. And I can see somebody saying what I was just about to say. Dr. Celestina, thank you. If you are not in the TIP, or you've never heard of the TIP, that's the Intentional Parents Academy, please, you need to start learning about that organization. There is a no yelling challenge right now. There's a course that is starting on, next week. You need to register so that this yelling, if the problem is that you cannot control yourself, come and learn. Don't worry. We will teach you. At the TIP, right? We will teach you how to stop yelling and what to do instead. And you will see it working very, very well. This is 100% tested, 100% results. Come and learn. Both men and women, by the way, not just the women. Let's move. Number 6. See how my voice went down. Number 6. Women. Number 6. Number 6. Stop fighting your in-laws. It is not healthy and is counterproductive. Stop it. Did you hear what I just said? Stop fighting your in-laws. It is unhealthy and counterproductive. And for those who are wondering how to register for the No Yelling Challenge, if you send a chat to the number scrolling on the screen and just put No Yelling Challenge, we'll give you all the details on how you can register. So please, I beg you, that your in-law that you hate so much, can you try loving him or loving her? Let's see if that will change the tides. You may come and say, oh, but this person is not nice to me. Yeah, that may be true. But you see, nobody rejects love. Even the most wicked person in the world, let's take Hitler. Hitler had people who loved him, people who he would listen to. So please, please, and please, stop fighting your in-laws. It is unhealthy and it is counterproductive, because those in-laws you are fighting are the ones tomorrow that will fight you back some way, somehow. So it's not necessary. For some of us, the reason we are fighting our in-laws is because we already had a wrong orientation about in-laws. So even before you met them, you already put your stand. I'm not going to allow any in-law to write me. So anything that just happens that kind of falls into that category of what you have said, you lock up, you scatter everywhere, you break all the relationship. Don't do that. For you as a woman, it's counterproductive. It is better for you, healthier for you to have them on your side. All right, let's move very quickly now. Number 7, stop shouting on your husband. Yeah, Dr. Celestina, trauma. Yeah, trauma causes this. So number 7, stop shouting on your husband. Some of us, the way we talk to our husbands is terrible. I heard somebody recently, the wife, the phone was on speaker, so he called the wife, and immediately the wife picked. What the wife said was, "What is it?" And I was like, okay, all right, what's going on here? And I was there, so I heard it on speaker, and I was like, what will make you talk to your husband in that way? Yeah, your husband may have done something wrong to you, but it still doesn't excuse you talking to your husband that way. If your boss in the office does something wrong with you, will you answer him that way? So if your boss, let's assume your boss, who is a man also, has done something to annoy you, maybe even gave you a query, and then he calls you on the phone, are you going to answer him and say, what is it? You won't do that. If your pastor annoys you and calls you on the phone, are you going to answer him, what is it? You won't do that. But you do it to your husband. What does that show you? It shows you that you lack respect for him. Stop shouting on your husband. It's a big show of a lack of respect, a huge lack of respect. And don't tell me I'm angry or that's the way I talk. No. If everybody wants to behave the way they think or the way they were brought up, this world will not contain all of us. Imagine everybody on the street saying that's the way I talk, that's the way I behave. So I just see you, and maybe because what I do is when somebody gets me angry, I slap the person. So I should slap you, and that will be okay. No. Please don't hide under that excuse. What is wrong is wrong. So stop disrespecting your husband by shouting on your husband. My wife says shouting is disrespectful to everyone, even your child. Stop it. Stop. Talk to everybody the way you would want to be talked to. I wish I had more time, but time is going. You people are lucky, women, the wives. Let's move on. Number 8. Stop being arrogant about knowledge. Wives, women listening to me, stop being arrogant about knowledge. You know, I told the men that they were not learning. So I've already told them what you told me to tell them. I've told them that they are not learning. But you too, stop being arrogant about knowledge. So you learned something small. The way you now carry it in the house, the man cannot hear again. Anything you say that's not the way to do it. Let me show you how to do it. You're arrogant about knowledge. You come to the man and say, I've been telling you, learn this thing, learn this thing. You are arrogant about knowledge. Or you even know what to do, and you are watching your husband and you are saying, yes, make the mistake. You are arrogant about knowledge. Stop being arrogant about knowledge. That's why some of your husbands are not listening to you to follow you to learn. I was counseling a couple once, and the woman was in the TIP, the inner circle, but the husband was not. And initially, the husband didn't even want to come for the counseling session, but it was online, it was virtual. I guess when he heard me talking to his wife, he now came and sat down. And in all, I was able to convince him, why he needs to actually be in the inner circle. Do you know what this man told me? He said, sir, if only my wife had told me this thing the way you've told me, I would have joined since. But my wife just came to me and was just telling me, you've not learned, you don't want to learn, you are asked to learn it. That he got angry, of course, and then he decided, okay, I'm not learning. Meanwhile, this learning is for his benefit. But the wife had made him lock up because of her arrogance of knowledge. So please, I beg you, that you know something does not mean you too think of it. Before you knew that thing, you are not doing things right. I had a woman again who told me during counseling that my husband slapped our child, and I told him not to do it and he got angry. I said, madam, before you entered the inner circle, have you ever slapped your child before? She said yes. I said, so why are you now looking at it as if all of a sudden you had this knowledge all the while? You too, you are in the wrong place, and you learned and you are now getting better. Not that you are completely better. So why not give your husband the opportunity to learn instead of blaming him and accusing him without giving him the chance to learn? Number 9, stop depriving your husband of sex. Don't weaponize sex. It is very dangerous for your relationship. Don't weaponize sex. Sex is something that God put in marriage to be the sweetest thing in marriage. It is the icing on the cake of marriage. For men, it is even like food. So your husband has done something to you, and then you now want to punish him. Instead of having a conversation about that thing, you now decide not to open the windows of Jerusalem for him. And you deprive him. That's wrong. That's evil. In the couples conclave, we call it evil. Evil is evil. There's nothing wrong with you. It's not as if you have any physical hindrance, but you just decided, I will deal with this man. Since this is something that he likes, I'm going to deal with him, and so I'm going to stop him. Don't do that. That's wickedness. Evil. Like my wife is echoing it. It's evil. Stop it. Stop depriving your husband of sex. Number 10, and if you are in the couples conclave, you will understand this. For instance, in the couples conclave, this month is our month of sex. So we've already had our master class on sex. We are reading a book on sex. We are discussing sex every day. If you are not in the couples conclave, you are missing. No, please join the couples conclave. And then number 10, stop hiding your money. Stop hiding your money. Stop the policy of your money is our money, but my money is my money. Stop it. You are not helping your family. Yes, it is the man's responsibility to provide for his home. Yeah, that's right. It is his responsibility to provide for the home. However, it is your responsibility to also reach out to him in help. It's your responsibility. So how will you help your husband if you are hiding the resources that you are supposed to help him with? The best way for these resources to work in a home, if you want to build a family finance empire, is to work together. All resources on the table. For the last 15 years that my wife and I have been married, that's how we have operated. And we've been able to achieve in 15 years what we would not have achieved in 100 years if we were living separate lives. And I am not joking. And that's because we've worked together. So wives, stop hoarding and keeping. And no, for who are you keeping it for? I know some of you got the wrong orientation when you before you got married, and you heard things like don't show your husband everything in case he marries another wife. My question to you is, did you marry somebody that will marry another wife? That means you made a wrong choice. And even if you made a wrong choice, it's too late. What you should do is not hide, is to try to see how you can correct that choice. That's why we have things like the couples conclave. That's why we have programs that we do. That's how we have courses. For instance, we have the course that is coming up, which is tagged Resolving Conflicts in Marriage. So resolving conflicts in marriage is a course that will help you to resolve the issues that you have in your marriage. And you can see the flyer there, up there, with all the details. So register for this course instead of, doing all these things that you do that causes even more conflicts. Come and learn. Let's teach you. This course is a 2-day course happening between the 26th and the 27th of April. That's just this coming. It's just 7 days to go for the course to begin. Just Friday that is coming and Saturday. 2 days. Every day, 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. We'll sit down and we'll discuss everything that we need to discuss about conflicts. We'll discuss the things that cause conflicts. We'll discuss the skills and teach you the skills that you need to resolve conflicts. And then finally, we'll show you how to stop conflicts reoccurring over and over again. These are 3 major things that will help your marriage and change it. So if you've not yet registered for this course, the details are on the screen for how you register. Register for this course and come and join. We already have hundreds of people who are already waiting for the course to begin. Come and become part of them and change your marriage. We do this course only once every year. So we did last year. It was a bomber last year. We're having it this year again. Once every year we do it. We won't do it again till next year. So you want to take the opportunity, you want to join in quickly and become a part of this life-changing 2 days. So send this out to everybody that you know. Let them come and join. It's just 30,000 per couple. So it's not you are not paying 30,000 each, husband 30,000, wife. No, it's 30,000 for the two of you. And for 2 days, with all the things you will learn in those 2 days, men, jump on this and register for the course. And this is where we come to the end of today's Friday Live. I hope that today somebody took something home, something that you are going to learn, something that you are going to change, something you will stop doing so that your marriage can also be. All right. So we already exhausted our time, but do we have any questions? Can we quickly put those questions on the screen very, very quickly so that we can quickly answer those questions and release you, because 12 o'clock is supposed to be when we release you. Okay, but then of course we would always shift a little. So if you have questions, those that I saw putting some questions in, please quickly put in the questions. And thank you, my wife, so much value. Okay, and thank you. Yes. So let's see those questions on the screen. And while we're waiting for the questions, I always tell this story because it's one that touched me. A while ago, I think sometime last year or 2 years ago, I had a couple that came to me. Now they've been married for 21 years. And in those 21 years, they had never seen a counselor. So this was the first time that came. And what brought them to me was that the man eventually physically assaulted the woman. And so the woman, wouldn't take it and said, you know what, if we don't see a counselor, then this marriage is done. By the time they came to see me and I started listening to them and were reviewing what had happened in their marriage, and I started telling them some things that they should have done based on the things they told me, the man started to cry. And I was shocked because this is somebody over in his 50s. So, as he started to cry, I had to pause and wait for him. And then when he was done, I asked him, sir, why are you crying? What did I say? And he said to me, these things you are telling me today, if I had heard them 21 years ago, I would not have had 21 years of terror in my home. So the conflicts that they brought, what really caused what they eventually brought, where the violence now came in, had started 21 years ago. There are some of you who are listening to me. You've had conflicts for as long as you have been married. You've not been able to resolve it. And yet, what you are doing is you are just getting angry. You, the wife, are saying, well, if the man will not resolve it, we will live like that. The husband is saying, well, if you will not resolve it, we will live like that. How long do you think you are going to live like that? For some of you here, you are under 10 years of marriage. Let's add the number of years you've been born. Let's say you got married. Let's say you got married late. You got married at 30. So you've now been married for 10 years. So you are now 30. What? You are now 40. And you want to live till you're 100. You're going to be married till you live till you're 100. So remove 40 from 100. You still have 60 years. That's even more than the entire number of years you have lived. Most of us who are here have much more years than you spent in the world already for you to still be married. Do you think you can cope for those number of years in that conflict? Please think and be wise. Come and register for this course. Come and change the trajectory of your marriage, and you will thank me tomorrow. All right, thank you very much, everybody. I believe maybe the questions that wanted to be answered have already been answered, and if that is so, then thank you very much. Please continue to share this to family and friends so that they can watch and they can make their changes. I'll see you all in the course. Oh, first I'll see you in the morning on Friday at our Friday live on that day, and then in the evening at 8, I'll see every one of you who has registered for the course, and we'll continue for there. Thank you very much. It's been nice talking to every one of you. Bliss and joy.